Well, it's raining. It was inevitable, I guess. The run of good days was not going to last. I had a shower. Outside it's cold at the moment, but geez, under that shower, the warm water was very pleasant indeed. All right, so we'll deal with the rain. Anyway, it's still early. I don't think it's going to last all day. Okay, well, it's raining. It's not strong, but it's consistent, and we're going to be riding into that. I've got to be very careful because a lot of the roads are painted with their paint and markings, and they can be very slippery under these conditions, so I've got to be very careful even crossing the road. Anyway, we're slowly packing Tom and leaving this fantastic hotel. Had a great time here. It's very impressive. I reckon they must have built the hotel around these huge trees. They're just enormous. Okay, well, we're going to be off soon. We're leaving Unzen-Mikado. We're going to Hotel Kyushu Karatsu Seaside. It's 233 kilometers away. It's going to be a long day in the saddle with this, if this rain persists for most of the way. Hopefully it will clear up after a while, because we are going up into the mountains up there. Put on the gloves. These are the waterproof gloves, hopefully. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. Nice and slow. The rain made for an interesting ride, all part of the adventure and experience. The rain lasted most of the day, and by the end, my clothing was a little damp. When motorbike touring, one is aware that it's not going to be all bright sunny days. Fortunately, I was kept warm and dry for most of the time by my rain gear. My boots did leak a little, and I had damp feet for the day. The route took me down some interesting windy roads, and not surprising, there were very few people around. Shortly after leaving the hotel, I reached the entrance to Unzen-Amakusa National Park. There is a 100 yen environmental conservation fee. Unfortunately, I had to take my gloves off to get the money, which I had in my bag inside my raincoat. The difficulty then was getting my wet and damp hands back into the gloves. Meanwhile, the rain continued. I asked the man in the booth if the narrow road ahead was one way only, to which he replied, yes, one-way traffic through the park. That was a relief. I didn't have to worry about oncoming traffic. See, at the moment, it's just clouded in. I arrived at my first waypoint marker, which was Nita Pass number 2 Lookout, which has a view of Shimabara and the sea beyond. But unfortunately, the rain and low clouds made for whiteout conditions and impossible to see anything. I realised at this point there was no alternative other than to just keep on riding through this national park. coast. There's been a lot of rain, a lot of whiteout conditions too. Just can't see anything. But it's clearing up just a little bit, so we'll continue on. We're heading towards a cafe where I'd like to stop and have lunch and a coffee and take some of these wet clothes off and chill out for a while. So let's go. Well, I've stopped off at this little place here. I'm going to have a bit of a break. I've taken all my gear off, and there's people showing up. I'm occupying a bit of the space here. Had coffee and cake in this beautiful shop here. All this homemade stuff. Wow. This is just all locally made biscuits and cakes and ice cream, and wow. Well, I've stopped at one of the waypoints along the way. It started to rain again, and it's cold and cloudy and foggy. Okay, we're in Sasebo. Welcome to Sasebo. And I've got no idea as to where we are. It's all in Japanese. Perhaps we're there. Okay, we're down there because we have just crossed the bridge. We're there, and we're going to be going up there. Our hotel's in the next, well, I don't know, it's there somewhere. Okay, we'll find out soon. Well, there's a couple of bridges here. This is the one we just crossed, the one with the red railing, but it's parallel next to this one, which is going elsewhere, I don't know. If this was a beautiful blue sky day, this would be amazing, but look, it is what it is. I've keyed it into Karatsu Castle. We'll have a look at that. And that's the second last stop before the hotel. So we'll do that. We'll go straight to Karatsu Castle. There are a couple of other waypoints that are marked on, but they're just car parks and nothing really by the looks of things. But the Karatsu Castle sounds quite interesting. So we're going to go straight there now and then to the hotel. It's 2:45. Whoa, okay. Let's go. Karatsu Castle, here we come. It's still sprinkling and drizzling and overcast.
これ。
Okay. ありがとうございます。Thank you. Well, after all that, we made it to Karatsu, to the castle. We missed a couple of the waypoints, but I think they were just sort of parking stops for a bit of a rest and a toilet break. But seeing the castle has made the day, really. And the rain's cleared up, a little bit of blue sky, there's no wind, it's just calm and serene. It's the end to an interesting day's ride, to say the least. It started off with all that rain and up into the hills and into those tiny roads through the forest. Wow, they were quite interesting, a little bit scary, I must say. But well, here we are, and a lovely way to end the day. I'm going to head to the hotel, dry out some of these clothes, even wash a few things. I need to wash a couple of items, and then have a drink of sake and sit down to a delicious, another amazing Japanese meal. They are delicious. I have no words to really describe how great they are to eat. All right, here's the whistling kite right there. The day's not over yet. Right up there. Okay, let's do it. Unfortunately, they're just on closing. I did try to go in. The guy said you got 5 minutes. Well, that's okay. It's just pleasant being here on the ground, just looking at this magnificent building. View from the balcony. There's this serenity, not a breath of wind. After a rainy, windy day of riding, the evening ends up like this. I'm having a sake. I've bought another 2 bottles. Jesus, an easy drink. And I'm I'm just feeling mellow.